Welcome, one and all, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the PlayStation 5 Showcase live reaction with YongYea. So I decided to go online a little early since the hype surrounding this event is pretty palpable. Obviously, everyone's looking forward to seeing what games they show off, but also the release date and price, which is expected to be revealed at this event. For those who are watching on YouTube Archive, skip forward like 40 minutes and you should get to the beginning of the event. But for those who are with me here live, I am glad you could join us, and I'd love to hear what your predictions are. Here are mine. So, release date and price, the two big pieces of information. I'm thinking November 17th release date, based on rumors and speculation I've heard. Price point, this is where the big debate is. I do not think it's going to go over $500. Now that Series X has been announced to be $500. PS5 at the very least is going to match that. Now, there's potential for them to go a little lower, to undercut it a little bit, maybe $450. Maybe. And the digital-only version of PS5, I suspect, will be $50 less. Some people are speculating $100 less, but the difference between the two versions really only is that disk drive, and I'm assuming that's not super expensive, so $50, give or take, I think is the price difference we'll see between PS5 with disk drive and without. I think that $500 is the most likely price point for PlayStation 5, and $450 for the digital-only version. But if they can get it down to $450 and $400 for disc drive version and digital-only version, that's a good place to be. So that's my current speculation as far as release date and price go. And then for video games, for the games we'll see, Spider-Man Miles Morales, I think, is going to be a big part of this showcase. I think that we are going to, once they announce the release date, they're also going to, the release date for PS5, they're going to announce that Miles Morales is a launch title. I think maybe Demon's Souls Remake, possibly, might be announced as a launch title. That'd be kind of neat, but I don't know how far out that game is from development completion. Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, I think we know it's within the launch window of PS5. And this is just relatively, you know, first-party or exclusive stuff we're talking about. Obviously, there's going to be third-party titles that will launch with PS5. But as far as first-party exclusives go, you know, this is the speculation. Miles Morales is going to be the big launch title. I think hopefully we'll see a little bit more of Horizon Forbidden West. Last time we got sort of a cinematic reveal that was filmed in engine but wasn't really gameplay. Maybe we'll see like a gameplay teaser just to show us like what the game looks like when people are actually playing the game, you know what I mean? I think Godfall is probably going to be a part of this presentation, considering that, you know, it's a PS5 exclusive. It is coming out also on PC, but for consoles, it's a PS5 exclusive, and that, I believe, is going to be a launch title for PlayStation 5. As good as confirmed, given that it is a holiday 2020 launch. That game still just looks okay to me, but I don't know, nothing terribly special. Maybe they will show a bit more of Gran Turismo 7. Maybe we'll see a... this is out there. I don't think this will actually happen, but I want to see a God of War 2 tease. Even if it's just like a logo reveal, the reveal of the name. Is it God of War subtitle? Is it God of War 2 subtitle? Is it just God of War 2? Is it God of War Ragnarok? God of War 2 Ragnarok? Is Ragnarok even going to be the subtitle? Or are they going to go for something else? Or, you know what I mean? Like... just showing like a just showing like a little cinematic trailer that's like a couple seconds long. I don't know, just something just something to confirm to us that God of War 2 is in development would be pretty hype. Though we know it's in development, but just to really spruce this event up, leave things off on a high note, I think that would be a great way to close it. Just the logo reveal even. Just a little bit of dialogue from the game, you know? Just the teaser trailer. As far as third-party stuff goes, you know, fingers crossed for Elden Ring. I feel like we're not going to see anything new about that game until maybe next year, but who knows? What is this music? Resident Evil 8 we might see at this event. Maybe a Silent Hill announcement. We know that, or rumor has it, a Silent Hill for PS5 exclusive is in development, and that, you know, they're just finding the right time to announce it. I think this showcase event could be a good place for a new Silent Hill. That would certainly hype people up. Apparently, they're kind of soft rebooting the series, and there's an exclusive Silent Hill game in development for this console, so look forward to that. Hopefully, we'll see a bit more of Kena. That game really struck me as something with a lot of potential. And then, of course, Knack 3. If they don't announce Knack 3, what's all this been for? Why have we been building up to PS5 if there's no Knack 3? You know? Defeats the whole purpose without that game. And of course, Game of the Year, Game of the Millennium, Bugsnax. Obviously, that's the thing everyone wants to see. Oh, what a bizarre game that is. The first trailer really irked me and kind of, I don't know, I really did not enjoy that initial trailer with the weird kitty song as the background music. The next trailer they showed a bit of gameplay, and it looked like Elder Scrolls, but with, I don't know, fruits as the NPCs and bugs and stuff. I don't know. I still don't quite know what that game is. It looks super bizarre. Lots of Knack 3 babies in the chat. Spiderus mentions Kena was delayed. Yes, it was, but doesn't mean they can't show more. You know, just show a bit of, you know, a little bit of gameplay maybe. Another trailer, just to give us another look. Fast and Furious Crossroads Game of the Year says it's Oni-chan-cha. Bloodborne 2. 101 Milo says, I just want Bloodborne 2. I think it's maybe, hopefully it's inevitable that that'll happen, but it's probably not going to be in the near future. I don't think they're going to announce that here. I think for now a Bloodborne remastered would be really nice. I tried to play that game after beating Sekiro recently, and the frame rate, the stutteriness of the interactive experience of that game is, I don't know, I just can't go back to that after how smooth Sekiro ran on PC at 60 FPS. So if they could remaster Bloodborne, you know, upscale it for PS5 and also have it run at 60 frames per second, and just give it a fresh new sort of uplift, and that'd be amazing. I would play that in a heartbeat. I'm waiting for that, basically. I'm gonna skip out on Bloodborne for PS4 until hopefully we get a remaster and just play that instead, is what I'm hoping will happen. Degu says, Jak and Daxter 4 or we riot. Yeah, I'd love to see a new Jak and Daxter game. It's been a while. It's been a bit. Matt H here says, any news on rumors regarding the release window for Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2? I know this is unlikely, but I hope to see Steve Blum return as Vincent Valentine. That'd be really cool. But there is no update on that game. Frankly, I don't expect an update for a while. I mean, Part 1 came out just a couple months ago, so Part 2 is probably in the early stages of development. I wouldn't hold out on any news for that game until maybe 2 years down the line is what I'm thinking. Zach McBride says, Prince of Persia looks rough AF, probably referring to the remake. Like, it does, like, graphically speaking, it does look a bit more modern, but it also looks a bit last-gen graphically. Yeah, it doesn't have the graphical fidelity that I was hoping for. It looks, yeah, it does look a bit rough. The facial animation looks surprisingly poor, despite the fact that the game's being performance captured. Yeah, it just doesn't look like a big enough leap to justify the remake label. I think remaster might be a better word for it. I don't know. I mean, they are remaking it, and a lot of the cutscenes and stuff, for example, are really different. And like, yeah, I guess they're technically remaking it, but it. So far, I'm a bit underwhelmed with what they've shown, with what the trailer revealed. Like Final Fantasy VII Remake, like that's a remake with modern graphics and with just a lot of enhancements. Also very different from the original experience, and but you know, there are ways to do a remake. Like Crash Bandicoot remakes have been pretty good, and the graphics I feel like have been brought up to par to the current generation. Prince of Persia just looks a bit rough. I don't know. Maybe, hopefully, they'll improve it down the line as we near the game's launch. Let's see. Second player user Northprince says an Infamous remake would be amazing, though I'm not holding my breath. Yeah, that would be pretty cool, but that, I don't know. It's probably not Sucker Punch's biggest priority right now. I would surmise maybe they're working on a Ghost of Tsushima sequel next, given how well that game performed, and given how well it was received critically. I feel like a sequel for that game, I'd be down for 100%. Let's see, it's 12:32 right now, so 30 more minutes before we begin. Keep the questions coming. Let's, yeah, just keep conversing before the event begins. Robert Coyne says, can't wait to watch this with you. What would your reaction be to a Kojima-less Metal Gear Solid from Konami? I mean, given they've already released the Metal Gear without Kojima. That was Metal Gear Survive. So that should tell you about my prospects for Kojima-less Metal Gear. I just don't think it's ever going to be the same. But if Konami can license it out to a development studio that has a good track record and are very passionate, I might be a little bit more hopeful. But if Konami develops it internally, nah. I'm not going to hold out hope that it'll be any good. Faye says they will announce a timed exclusive of Mass Effect Remaster franchise. Okay, so one can wish. I don't think that would happen. I think a Mass Effect Trilogy remaster is in development. I think it'll be immediately a multi-platform release. I think that is happening. In fact, today I woke up to news that some listings for a Mass Effect Trilogy remaster has been discovered in some other country's retailer on their website or something. So maybe that's indication that an announcement for a Mass Effect Trilogy remaster is coming soon. Overload25 says, glad you beat Sekiro. How'd your fight with Ishin go? I beat Ishin on my 10th try. Exactly on my 10th try. On my first run through, which from what I understand is less tries than usual. Like, for a lot of other people, it took a lot more tries. So I'm, you know, feeling proud about that. But yeah, no, he was still tough to beat. But by that point, I'd gotten used to all the mechanics, the counters, you know, the Mikiri counter, and the third phase obviously requires you to learn the capture the lightning with your sword mechanic, and I learned that pretty well by the time I got to Ishin. So yeah, I think I did better than I thought I would. A lot of people really hyped that boss up as it's impossible to beat, he's gonna kick your ass, and he did for the first couple tries, but eventually I overcame. And he was just one of the coolest bosses I've ever fought. Just the progression of it, the gameplay of it, the visuals of it, it's all just immaculate. just a really fun boss to fight, as frustrating as it might be sometimes, you know, with how tough he can be. F says, I don't want to be nasty to the devs or anything, but like, F Bugsnax in the ear, nobody wants that. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it'll be to everyone's preference, you know, I get that. Some people look at that and think, nope, not for me. I think, you know, I'll have to wait and see what the game's about. The second trailer that they released for Bugsnax had me more intrigued for that game. Has a really bizarre, weird vibe to it. It looks like Elder Scrolls, like with that first-person kind of viewpoint and that kind of open-world exploration that the trailer seemed to be teasing, but with a bizarre aesthetic involving fruits and bugs and stuff. So, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that game. Let's see. Krezethius Valorant says, not even joking, I actually really hope PlayStation tries to make or tries to take on another PlayStation All-Stars. The first one was lacking, but it was still a blast with friends, and the stages were awesome. Yeah, I would love to see them make another attempt at that. And really refine the mechanics, and yeah, I think that'd be really cool, honestly. PlayStation has a treasure trove of IPs and characters that they could bring together and maybe do some third-party partnerships as well, as they did, you know, with the original PlayStation All-Stars. They brought freaking Raiden from Metal Gear in and stuff. Though I guess Metal Gear Solid 4 was a PlayStation exclusive, so I don't know. But, you know, they could certainly make a sequel and try to improve it, really bolster the roster size, bring in a lot of fighters with a wide variety of characters. But yeah, I mean, when it comes to that genre of fighting games, Super Smash Bros. Has it locked down, you know, with, I mean, Ultimate has so many freaking characters, and it's just such a solid game from a gameplay standpoint, and yeah, PlayStation has their work cut out for them if they're really intending on making another All-Stars, but I'd love to see a resurgence for that. And hopefully they can improve upon the original and just bring a lot more characters. Bruce says, hey Yong, what games do you play with your No 20 Game Pass bundle? Please talk more about Sekiro. It's my favorite game. I tried playing Arkham Knight, and it ran fairly well, actually. Though, Cloud, to me, so far, is a companion. It is not the future, not at least with our current infrastructure. I feel like society's internet infrastructure has to develop further. And also, there's the fact that a lot of these games are made for console, and so having all that a console experience in such a small screen, it's not ideal. It's not how I would want to play games exclusively ever, but the fact that it is an extra addition to Game Pass, an optional extra addition that you can engage with if you are not in a situation where you can play on your home console, it's a good alternative and a good backup way to game, I think, is the way I'd frame it. A good backup gaming experience for when you're on the go, but not, I would never want to ditch local hardware gaming and just play cloud exclusively. There are still enough issues, still, you know, stutters here and there that happen. The input lag is noticeable, and yeah, and the small screen doesn't really help matters. So there are compromises, but what Game Pass gets right is the business model. The fact that you're not really paying extra for xCloud, it's just a part of the Game Pass ecosystem. You're not being forced to buy games at full price so that you can only play them in the cloud. It's just an extra layer that you can choose or choose not to engage with. And so even though the technology right now isn't perfect, because the business model is right for Game Pass Cloud, I'm able to, you know, kind of be more lenient on its shortcomings because I'm still able to play locally on my Xbox if I want, and the progress carries across both cloud and local. It's just a really good integration of the technology with a good business model that makes it appealing. So yeah, that's kind of my general take on that. I could talk about Sekiro all day, but I want to move on to other questions. Swamp Pass, the heroes just says bug snacks. Yeah, it's a game that exists, that is in development. We'll see how it pans out. For now, though, I think it's just kind of a bit of a meme that's made its way through the social media platforms. CGP says, I've heard a possible $450 and $400 rumored price point from more than a few people within the industry. What are your predictions for this showcase? So I covered this when I first started streaming, but for those who just tuned in, my prediction for price is $500 for regular PS5 and then $450 for the all-digital version, though I'm keeping my fingers crossed, and I think it isn't unlikely that we'll actually see a $450 regular PS5 and $400 digital version. That's, I think, the ideal scenario, though we'll see. Because Sony doesn't want to take a loss on units sold for PlayStation 5, so that's why I think it's more likely that it'll be $500, but it's not impossible that PS5 will be $450 for the version with the disc drive. So yeah, between $450 and $500, definitely not above $500. Cryptic Illusion says, getting my car worked on, thank God you're streaming, it'll help kill time, much appreciated. Now, of course, I hope your car is properly repaired and everything pans out on that front, but thank you for, tuning in and for hanging out, really appreciate it. Zachary S says, hey Yong, been following you since Metal Gear Solid 5 Hype Train, hell yeah, good old days. You started a month, the MGS5 Hype Train, you started a month before its release. Love your coverage. I think you're talking about the countdown retrospective that I did for that, which was really fun, and I'm glad you were there for that and that you enjoyed that. Mick Birchie says, hey Yong, do you think Sony will have a real answer to Game Pass, or do you think that PlayStation is the cinema to Game Pass's Netflix? Big fan of your content, keep up the good work, love from the UK. We'll see. I mean, PlayStation Now is something that they've already got set up and that could possibly be shifted to be more like Game Pass. But Xbox has kind of been so focused on this Game Pass idea, and they've got the foundation so nailed down now after years of working on this thing and the build-up, and with xCloud now being added to Game Pass and with the free EA Play subscription, and like Xbox has, I think, just been working towards a Game Pass like, Netflix of gaming type of platform, and they've been focused on that harder, so they're ahead right now on that front. But Sony, I think, might have to have their own similar program, given how positive the reception has been for Game Pass. Maybe they'll have their own response and shift PlayStation Now or PlayStation Plus in a similar direction and build up towards that at some point. A possibility, but honestly, it's really hard for me to say, because PS5 and Xbox have such diverging paths in their next-gen strategy, right? I mean, Xbox has got a whole family of consoles and a cross-generation implementation. PlayStation 5 is clearly delineating PS5 from PS4 and creating exclusives for PS5 and keeping the hardware same across all versions, whereas Xbox has got the Series X, the Series S, and the One S. 3 different tiers of consoles with different hardware prowess, so very different strategies. You never really know how they're what path each will take. But I feel like it might be inevitable that Sony will have some kind of subscription-based response to Game Pass. We'll see. Salvatore90 says, hey Yong, greetings from Italy. Welcome. Keep up the good work. Your videos, besides keeping me informed, also are a relief in these daring times. Much respect. Well, I'm glad I could help in some way on that front and helping you keep your sanity during these strange times. I know Italy especially had it rough for a while with the pandemic. I hope you're safe. I really appreciate the kind words, and it makes me happy to hear that I could have some kind of positive effect on your life. Travis Linton, I've got my fingers crossed for a new Sly Cooper. Not holding my breath. Bummed that it's been an entire generation since the last one. Yeah, it's been a while. It's just the studio has been busy, you know. It's that's Sucker Punch, right? Yeah, Sucker Punch. It's been a while since we have seen them delve into Sly Cooper. It's just they've been kind of branching out with Infamous and now with Ghost of Tsushima. So I don't know how hopeful I can be for a new one, but you know, it'd certainly be a welcome surprise. 17,000 concurrent viewers already. Wow. And we still got 15 minutes to go till the event starts. Glad you could all tune in. So yeah, in 15 minutes, the event is going to start for those who are just here. And meanwhile, I'm just going to kind of look through the chat, hang out, comment. Mr. Nobody says, I heard that the Avengers was originally made for next gen. Oh, I have not heard anything about that, but it came out on current gen, and it's rough. If you saw my review for that, you'll know I did not have a great time with that game. Some people are having a good time with it, but I think the state of launch is unacceptable, and the live service elements dragged everything down. Though, you know, there are glimmers of potential with especially like the combat and stuff, but I feel like they made the wrong game around that combat. They made a Destiny-style brawler, looter, rather than a proper like adventure game that's balanced around just maximizing fun and a rewarding experience and keeping levels varied and missions fun and engaging. That's just my take. Bruce says, oh, Elden Ring, do you see it? It burns, shattered. I sure hope to see it, but you know, it's hard to keep my hopes up, because every time I've had my hopes up, Elden Ring was nowhere to be seen. But hey, I say that it be shown when it's ready to be shown. I don't want them to show this trailer and then 2 years pass where they provide no new update. You know, they teased it, they announced it, now I'm going to give them as much room as they need, as much breathing room as they need, until they're ready to show it and then hopefully release it soon after. Walker Tet says, hey Yong, glad to see you again. Personally, I'm thinking about getting a PS5 as well, since it has so many exclusives, Xbox just can't compete. Although I'm not sure about PS5 specs. What do you think? You know, the generation is young. It hasn't even really started. It really is going to be all about the games. I still think PS5 will have a head start with Miles Morales being a launch title. I think Xbox is catching up to do, but they recently bought a bunch of first-party studios. Let me turn down the volume for the music here. They bought a bunch of first-party studios, so they've got a lot cooking in the background. So as the generation goes on, we'll see where both consoles stand. I'm in a position where I can get both, so I'm gonna get both, Series X and PS5. But if you had to only choose one, you know, it really depends on what games you enjoy, whether you enjoy the games that Xbox has and will output, or whether you're into, you know, Spider-Man and Ratchet and Clank and Demon's Souls Remake and all of these things. I don't know how to answer that question. I don't know what to recommend. I think specs should be the least of your concerns. The specs are close enough where they're both going to have really good looking games. It's a matter of how compelling the video games are, you know, what the launch titles will be, etc. Those are the factors that we'll find out more about in this showcase, I think. Savari says, glad you're covering the event, Yong. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm doing all right. Thank you for the kind words. My voice might sound a bit strained. I did a bit of voiceover last night, and I had to scream a lot, and lost a bit of my voice. Still able to talk, but it might sound a bit like there's, I don't know, phlegm or something building up. Or it just sounds a little gruff and scratchy. So that's what that's all about, if you hear that. Oh my god, so many super chats coming in. Sorry if I cannot keep up, if I'm not able to answer some of your questions. I'm doing my best. Let's see. What time is it? 10 more minutes until the event starts, so 10 more minutes of playtime. Spider-Man movie reference. Joseph Vu, do you think they'll give more details about the UI? You know, I think they will. That's also kind of a bit of a prediction that I have, is that they'll show a bit of the UI. Because they teased it in the last presentation. And so I feel like they'll do like a full reveal here at this presentation. They'll probably not spend too much time on it. They'll just show like maybe a glimpse of it, just enough to give us a visual kind of clarity of what we can expect. But I feel like we're gonna see it. We're gonna finally see what it looks like to actually be on the PS5 dashboard. Latte Lazarus, PlayStation's moving some exclusives little by little to PC. I'm really hoping they keep moving forward with this. PS Now with PC would be great. Yeah, I think Sony recently expressed that because of how many copies Horizon Zero Dawn sold on PC, that kind of motivated them to keep releasing more PlayStation exclusives on PC down the line. So I'm hopeful that that'll be a trend that will continue, and hopefully more players will be able to access PlayStation titles. Though I surmise that with these games, it's gonna come out first on PlayStation, and then maybe a year down the line, they'll release it on PC. That way they can continue to encourage people to purchase PlayStation, where you can play the PlayStation exclusives first, but also open things up to other players down the line with a, you know, PC release a year or two after. I think that's a good compromise. Dead Dan, how's voice acting going? Have you looked into any roles? Voice acting's been moving along. There are a couple projects in the pipeline that I'm in, and some of this stuff I obviously can't talk about. Nothing's like huge AAA, you know, starring role or anything. I'm still building up to that, but yeah, I've got some roles and some stuff cooking as far as that goes. Thanks for asking. Null Fader says, I'm just waiting for Cyberpunk 2077 and everything else seems like a distraction. Fair enough. I mean, honestly, that game really does look like it'll blow my socks off more than any other game this year. It really just looks like, you know, however many years this game has been in development for. I mean, it's been a long time since its initial announcement, but it looks like all these years of waiting will be worth it. And it looks like they really poured a lot of love and really gave this game's development all the time it needed to realize the vision that it needs to be. There's just so much attention to detail in the world, and I can't wait. And all the previews have been nothing but overwhelmingly positive, so I'm hyped. Leo, thoughts on the potential pricing of the PS5? So I've already mentioned this before, but for those who just tuned in, my prediction is that $500 for the PS5 with disc drive and $450 for the all-digital version are the most likely prospects, though I'm also hopeful that we'll see a $450 regular PS5 and $400 discless PS5 price point. That, I think, is the sweet spot, the most ideal scenario. Though again, Sony doesn't want to lose money on PS5 sales, so maybe they'll bring it up to $500 and just match the Series X. But they may very well undercut the Series X with $450. That's what I'm hoping for. We'll see. Soul Harbor, do you think that PSVR 2 will be announced or hinted at? I feel like the focus on PSVR 2 will come after launch. I feel like for now they just want to focus on the core experience that people really care about, which is traditional controller gaming. And so I think PSVR 2, it's not something they're going to emphasize right now. They want to keep the focus on the console, the release date, the price, and the launch games. I think that's where I'm sitting in my opinions there. Kane Z7, 5 more minutes, 6 more minutes. Kane Z7 Gaming says you can play PS Now on PC streaming games even though Yong never acknowledged it. No, yeah, I know that. It's just not ideal. I wouldn't want to play. It's just, I don't know. My experience with PS Now has been somewhat rough. It's not very playable for me. I don't know what it is about PS Now. I would much rather play on local hardware, though. Obviously, for those who don't own a PlayStation and want to play PS games, PS Now on PC is a good alternative, though maybe not the most ideal option. But it's there as an option for those who want it. I hope they can iterate on PS Now and really improve it, and really kind of bring it up to par with Game Pass. Sage the Wise says, "Hey YongYea, thanks for covering the event. This will hopefully be my last first day. This will hopefully be my first day one console. Definitely going for the physical edition. Kratos Guide's my wallet." Fair enough, and yeah, me too. I'm probably gonna buy the physical version of PS5 with the disc drive because I love getting discs, and yeah. But I know plenty of people can settle for the digital version. They've stopped buying physical copies, and it's just more convenient for people who don't want to like switch discs in and out. That's fair, but I like the option of being able to buy the physical version of the game and still play it. And yeah, you're really losing nothing by getting the version with the disc drive. If you get the version with the disc drive and want to just do all digital, you have the option to do that. But on the off chance that maybe you want to get a disc for a game, a physical version of a game, you still have that option, and I want that option there. So that's me personally. Faye says, if you could do a voiceover for an anime character, what type would you be? That's a good question. I don't know. Honestly, I want to play a villain. Villains are so fun to play. I prefer playing villains over the good guys. I love playing both, but there's just something about playing villains that's so different from who I am that it's interesting to try to put myself in those character shoes, you know? And, like, try to bring the most out of them, so. It'd probably be some kind of really just a really terrible villain I'd want to try and play. Joseph Joestar, hello. Oh my god, says, have you seen Mass Effect Trilogy Remastered got leaked? Yeah, we were actually just talking about that. I saw that, and I don't know if it'll be announced at this event. This doesn't seem like the event for that, but it does seem like it's a matter of when, not if, for a Mass Effect Trilogy Remastered, which I'm all for. But yeah, it seems like maybe an announcement for that is imminent. We'll see. I mean, if the listings for that is leaking, then hey, let's see. 3 more minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime. Spider-Man movie reference, for those who are confused. Grand Coup says, hey Yong, greetings from Australia. What are your thoughts on the possibility of a Metal Gear Solid remake? I would love if that happened, but I don't know. I just haven't heard any rumblings on that front. And Konami doesn't seem super interested in making good Metal Gear experiences, so I'm not super hopeful right now as of this moment, but I'll keep my fingers crossed that that'll be passed on to a developer that's actually really passionate about Metal Gear Solid. I wouldn't want Konami to develop that internally. I'd want them to pass that on to somebody else who is able to do a good job with that. Electronic Adventure, I'm so hyped. Do you know if there is still a shortage of components? I'm hoping there will be plenty of consoles to go around. I think they're shipping like 11 million units by the end of March or something is what I heard. So, I think there will be enough for the hardcore people who are ready to pull the trigger on pre-ordering. There will be enough for those folks, but depending on what the launch titles are, it may end up being a really popular purchase, especially during the pandemic. Okay, 1 more minute. This is the last question I can answer to. But yeah, I feel like PS5s will sell out fast in the holiday season at least, and then in January through March of 2021, we'll see more units available for people to hopefully be able to purchase without too much trouble. But all right, I think this is the last question I can answer. I don't want to talk over whatever announcements they have in store for us. Hopefully the sound here is okay. Hopefully you guys can hear me fine while being able to listen to the background. Here we go. Let's see what PlayStation 5 has in store for us. It is 1 p.m. now. It should start any second. Appreciate all of you hanging out with me at this event. Almost 30,000 concurrent viewers. The hype is real, folks. Looks like they're running a little behind. I want to make sure this is 1080p. Yes, it is. Good. All right. Let's do this. Knack 3, baby. Here we go. A lot of people think that games are built around hardware, but in the case of Knack 3, PlayStation 5 was built around the creation of Knack 3, is what I'm hearing. Don't quote me on that, but obviously that's a joke. Please, no headlines. That says, YongYea has insider knowledge on Knack 3 and PS5 development. Ooh, hello. Hello, gorgeous. Yes.
Each time I awake, this planet seems somehow different.
Where are we?
You see things others can't.
I sense the power that flows through this land. Yet, you do not fully understand it.
Bugsnax.
But whatever comes.
Stray, Hitman 3, Horizon.
Okay, let's do this.
Miles Morales. Godfall. Saw a little bit of Demon Souls right there, I think. And here we go. The following content is captured on PC emulating the PS5 experience. Interesting. What do we have here?
You all know the target. Shiva's dominant. And only the dominant.
How do we even know the girl will be among us?
Our kind do not question orders, we follow them.
Wait, what is this?
Sergeant, let's summon their icon.
Final Fantasy?
Icon? That thing's a bloody mountain.
What? Wait. Is this 14 or
Our foe will not relinquish their mother crystal easily.
like a new game?
This will be a bitter fight.
It's 14,
You
right?
should not be out of doors. We have discussed this. Come, Joshua. Your father will be expecting us.
Or is
I am
it
Joshua's shield? I'm sworn to protect him.
Is it a brand new Final Fantasy?
What do you mean you refuse? Did you not pledge your sword to our cause?
What does it matter? It was the Dalmex who drove back the Crusaders in the Battle of the Twin Realms, was it not?
Without the blessing of the Mother Crystal, we cannot defend our realm from the spread of the Blight.
This looks brand new.
So, I sent in the Dragoons. Imperial Vipers. Do they really mean to invade us?
It's the Archduke's son.
The Phoenix.
Joshua! Stop this! kind of fire. But that's impossible.
The legacy of the crystals. Has shaped our history.
Whoa!
For long enough.
Is this a spin-off, full sequel?
I'll kill you. If it's the last thing I do.
It's straight up Final Fantasy XVI! Holy crap! So this is a console exclusive, but also available on PC. Well, that's one way to kick things off. The combat seems taken kind of from 15 and extrapolated upon. Definitely is not turn-based, very... What was that all about? It's moment-to-moment action, a bit of like that Devil May Cry vibe. Some of the moves I saw reminded me of like Nero gameplay, almost. I swear I saw like this demonic-looking arm or something with powers. I don't know. Anyway, that I gotta rewatch that.
Call to change out here. Dang, I'm late for Mom's rally.
Subway card, check. You got the house key?
Yeah, I got it.
Come on! We're gonna be late! Hey! Dude, I am so filling your suit with snow. Are you still wearing your suit?
Yeah, you know, just in case.
It's gonna be fine.
Oh, I'm so excited for this.
See, this is my favorite part of living in Harlem. Pop-up street fair, best food in the city, awesome music.
Man, this would be great for the last beat I was working on. I should get back into mixing.
Yeah, it's been a while.
And just full-on gameplay. Ah, thank you, Sony.
So what do you think about Rio Morales? You gonna vote for her?
It's still hard to think of Mom as a politician. She's been a teacher my whole life.
Similar skill sets, right? Rallying people, educating them, making sure they don't throw things at each other.
Hi, I'm Brian Horton, Creative Director at Insomniac Games.
Wait.
We're excited to show you this first look at gameplay from Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales. Our story picks up 1 year after the events of the first game, and we find Miles' new home, Harlem, is in danger. Trouble brews while Miles' mom, Rio Morales, leads an election rally. A war between the devious energy corporation Roxxon and the Underground, a high-tech criminal army led by the Tinkerer, starts to break out. In this gameplay sequence, captured on PlayStation 5 hardware, the Underground attacks Roxxon, sending the rally into chaos in a fight that spills onto the Braithwaite Bridge, where the Underground tries to steal Roxxon's experimental energy source, Newform. Let's take a look.
Go, go, go! Stop! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Let's not shoot each other, all right?
Ooh, this music.
They're after the new form. Ignore everything else.
I can only surmise Miles will play differently enough from Peter Parker. Especially given he has his own...
Then grab as much as you can carry.
Yeah, like that. His own unique powers. There's some combat. Ooh.
That bridge is coming down. I have to stop this.
Oh, and the music. Oh. Bruh.
People are trapped over there. I have to push past these guys.
I am so happy right now.
Where is he? Kill you! Don't let him shot you!
Oh, this is so stylish.
No.
Oh, man.
Everybody get out!
Oh, it's so cinematic. I love it.
Don't worry, I got you!
Thank you.
Man.
This is what
They're trapped!
this is what Marvel's Avengers should have been.
I've got an idea. I need something they can cross. No! I can stop this! Just a little closer!
Holy crap. They're going all out. Bruh, I need this in my veins now. Okay, calm down, y'all. There's more. There's more. Yes, I'm sold. I'm sold. I am 100% sold. All right, what's next? Give us more of this. So far, so good, this event. Arkham Knights? No, wait, no. Wizarding World. The Harry Potter game?
Magic, both beautiful and powerful, binds together our long history. That common bond we share is the legacy of Hogwarts.
I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, so...
Now it is time to add your own story to these hallowed halls.
Late 1800s.
And quite possibly shape the future of the wizarding world. Every corridor, every portrait, every stone in this castle tells the story of witches and wizards who came before. Here you will meet lifelong friends and grow into your own magical abilities in the classrooms of the world's most talented professors. while your journey begins at Hogwarts, brewing potions, taming fantastic beasts, and mastering spells, there is a larger world beyond these walls. A world filled with dangers you can't yet imagine. An ancient knowledge long gone from this world.
Open world Harry Potter game.
That strange and mysterious talent you possess may be the key to unlocking this dormant power. Your potential is limitless. But what form will it take? The journey ahead will reveal what you stand for. The choices you make now will define the legacy of Hogwarts.
Hogwarts Legacy. Okay. I'm gonna have to actually see this game in action before I get too hyped. That was a cinematic trailer, but I know there have been leaks of that game. I've seen glimpses of it. It has potential. And I'm really praying that it ends up being a killer title, because as a Harry Potter fan, I mean, that right there is right up my alley.
Hi everyone, I'm Dan Vondrak, Creative Director at Raven. One of our goals as developers is to bring the game world to life unlike anything you've ever experienced, and the PlayStation 5 is making that happen. With the power of the new console, we've been able to significantly enhance the overall experience. From what you see in the world, to how it feels in your hands, to what you hear around you. In Black Ops Cold War, you will be transported to the year 1981, in the middle of one of the most dangerous times the world has ever known, the height of the Cold War. The following is a portion of the first campaign mission where you've been given the name of a high-value target linked to the Iran hostage crisis. But in true Black Ops style, nothing is as it seems. Take a look.
Honestly, so far, PlayStation's killing it with this presentation.
How long before we get a rush?
The team arrived in Turkey a few hours ago. They should be in position shortly.
Airfield's just up ahead. Let's go find this shithead.
Priority is to ID a rush before things go hot.
Gotta love the slow cinematic camera pans that they do during gameplay.
Check it out.
Incoming truck, left side.
A rush might be in the truck.
I can't make out his face yet. I don't want to know. The fuck? He just iced everyone in the truck. That's gotta be a rush.
Hold fire. We need a positive ID. That's our man. Take him out.
Ooh. Well.
We missed him. Can't let him get away.
Respects were paid with a bullet. Oh. Well, that's interesting. Interesting finisher there. really fast remote control vehicle. Oh, wait. Jesus.
It's what's part of the plan! Let's go. Get ready!
I know the multiplayer is going to be monetized to hell and back, so I don't know if I'm going to engage with that, but if the campaign's good, you know.
We hope you
I'd
enjoyed
look
that
forward to
sneak peek at the campaign for Black Ops Cold War. There are many more twists and turns along the way as you begin to unravel the truth, and we can't wait for you to play it soon. In addition to the story campaign, Cold War features the next generation of multiplayer online combat and an all-new awesome zombies experience. Today, I have the special honor to announce on behalf of my friends at Treyarch that the PlayStation community doesn't have to wait to play multiplayer. Starting this Friday, PlayStation players will be able to play the multiplayer alpha exclusively on PlayStation 4. And for those of you that are watching at home on your PS4, you can preload the experience starting tomorrow. We can't wait to see you online Friday and through the weekend. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Well, there you go. You've got these little teases in between. They're definitely announcing the release date. I mean, this is what it all feels like it's building up to. What's next?
All clear. Whoa, move! Chris? What the hell? Take him away.
Resident Evil 8. So I did predict we might see this game. Alright.
In life and in death, we give glory. The bell tolls for us all. They're coming again!
She needs some skin moisturizer.
Mia. Quit being so paranoid. Long ago, a young girl went with her mother to pick berries for her father, who was hard at work. But the forest greeted them with a dark, cold silence. The bushes empty. Yet determined to find the berries, the rascal broke free of Mother's grasp and vanished into the trees.
Some Tim Burton stuff going on here.
Mother's worried cries faded fast as the girl ran on, over vine, under branch, and into the forest deep.
And in death, we give glory. Mother Miranda.
It's just a local tale.
I'm excited for this. I know there's some contention as to whether fans enjoy this different direction for Resident Evil, this first-person perspective, kind of PT style. But I like that they're trying new things.
If it's just looking, window shop away.
I like the focus on horror and tension rather than the Michael Bay fest that Resident Evil 6 was, you know? So, yeah, I don't mind it. I'm excited for this. To see what is up with Chris. Oh, this is the Bethesda published game. Deathloop, that's what it was.
You want out of a time loop? You gotta learn how it works. Black Reef is a puzzle, and each visionary is a different piece. Here's Igor.
I am a respected scientist!
I've done so many loops, I've learned to run circles around him.
Hey, over here! I'm coming for you!
Reader! Get him! What the hell?
Gameplay-wise, it's a more action-y Dishonored. I dig it.
I've tried taking my targets out one by one more than I can remember, but there is never enough time. I go after one, another lives, because right now, half an island away, a different visionary is throwing his nightly cannibal masquerade. Alexis Dorsey.
Everybody shut up! This is my jam.
Igor's a big fan, yet somehow he never makes it to the party. Something keeps him home.
Colt, you there, buddy?
Here's the invite to the party. And here's why Igor blew it off. He made some kind of scientific breakthrough that morning.
I did it! I did it, it works!
That he makes every morning. Unless I get there first. No experiment, no breakthrough. No reason for Igor not to drink his disappointment with Alexis. Now I got a shot at killing them both at the same time. In the same loop.
Is that Colt? Hey, Wolf! It's time to hunt Pig! Colt! I'm talking about you, baby! Come out and blink!
This looks really fun, honestly. I think Dishonored is incredibly underrated. And this game's sort of in that vein, an assassin with powers, with a lot of creative freedom.
8 targets on my list, every one of them with grand plans for eternal life. To break the loop, I gotta break the rules. Clock's ticking.
And you just ran out of time. You keep forgetting, Colt. I'm not like those other idiots. Only got one name on my list. Yours.
This honestly looks fantastic. Arcane, as always, kind of killing it. PlayStation console exclusive, also available on PC. Wow, PlayStation is really securing a lot of these console exclusives. Capcom.
That day, if our positions were switched, would our fates be different?
Devil May Cry?
Would I have your life? And
Virgil?
You a demon?
Yes! Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Yes! I love this game so much, and I've been waiting for this.
Kneel before me.
I was beginning to think we'd never see it, but it's here. Virgil is one of my favorite characters in gaming. He is such a fucking badass. Whoa.
Rest in peace.
Yes! New missions, it seems, for all the characters as well. Maybe? What? Some kind of horde mode? What? Oh, yes! Yes! Available digitally at launch, PlayStation 5. Oh! It's a launch title for PS5. This event is fucking killing it, you guys. I'm so happy right now. Ooh, Oddworld.
What are they doing? Did those fugitive morons burn down their own hideout?
It sounds idiotic, but that's exactly what it looks like.
Bad karma for burning down my farm.
Hi, I'm Lorne Lanning, creative director of Oddworld Soulstorm, and we're excited to bring you an all-new exclusive trailer from the game. Here, our unlikely hero, Abe, finds himself fresh off the back of freeing his people from the nefarious Rupture Farms. He thinks the journey is over, but soon discovers it has only just begun. The stakes are higher, the threats are larger, the obstacles are more devious, and it's all made possible by the power of PlayStation 5. Enjoy.
It's been a while since we have seen Oddworld make a resurgence. I know it's sort of a bit of a cult classic. I know there's a niche community who really, really love these games.
We are not letting that ape guy get away from us again.
Wait here.
Hey, why'd you hold up? I could go for a sandwich right now.
We gotta get out of here. Come on, let's get out of here.
My tummy's growling. I'm hungry.
The one Oddworld game that I actually really like is Stranger's Wrath. It's I think my favorite of the series. It's this first-person shooter, but a very strange first-person shooter with a lot of interesting weapons. And I don't know. You should play that game if you haven't. Check it out.
Gregory, your friends are worried about you. They're here with me.
What?
Please, come out. Gregory, I may have lost my temper earlier, but it was just a glitch. It won't happen again. It's been such a difficult day for all of us. Why don't you come out and we can play a game together?
Okay, that's creepy.
It won't happen again. It was just a glitch.
Gregory, be still. I think she's found us.
What is this? Alright. Cheap jump scare attempt. Oh, Five Nights at Freddy's. Right, I knew. I'm like, that bear looks familiar. Alright, we've got 5 minutes left until the event is over. So, what are they going to close with?
withdrawn from its vessel.
Demon souls?
Let strength be granted so the world might be mended.
Yes.
Soul of the lost withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. So the world might be mended.
Ooh, some gameplay. Classic backstab. I've actually never played Demon Souls. I've played Dark Souls. Never had a chance to try out Demon Souls. PS3 exclusive, and I'm really looking forward to the opportunity to actually finally, you know, be able to play this. It looks really great so far. It looks gorgeous. Those who play the original no doubt will recognize exactly where this is. I obviously have no idea, but... There's no HUD in this gameplay, which is interesting. Guess they're trying to make this a more of a cinematic presentation. This guy must be pretty leveled up and armored up. Just kind of plowing through these enemies. Oh. There is a boss. These character models are great. Yeah. Oh, man. Will they announce that this is a launch title?
I shall await thy return, Slayer of Demons.
I am excited. I guess it won't be a launch title. No release date. No release information. Alright, come on, give me the good info. Give me the price point and the release date. Alright, we're at the 40-minute mark. Well, I'm gonna mute the audio for a second because the music's gonna get me copyrighted, but I feel like you're not gonna care that much about Fortnite. So I hope they're not closing with Fortnite, or so help me God. Okay, that's over with. PlayStation Plus collection. A new PlayStation Plus benefit for PlayStation 5.
Can you kill something that big?
Oh, are they doing their own like Game Pass thing or something? Or for like PS4 titles?
My name is Marcus.
My name is Kara.
My name is Connor.
My name is Yong. Ah, yes. Battlefield 1. A classic. Okay, we're just kind of going through memory lane.
After all, we've been there.
It's time.
They've shown some good stuff. What does it all mean, though? You just get all these games if you are a PlayStation Plus subscriber? Wow. Yeah. All those games, you just get them from the outset. Interesting. Yeah, this is their, like, early response to Game Pass, it seems. Okay. When does the console launch, though? The information has to be in this presentation. We're 2 months out from November. Oh, I think it's happening. I think this is where we're gonna get the big... Oh, that was the back of the PS5. So, much better look at the console. USB ports, LAN cable, power cable. Oh, power port. Here we go. $504. Wow! $100 less. November 12th and November 19th. Okay. Okay. When do pre-orders start?
So now you know. Thank you all for joining us today and for being part of this amazing journey. It's your passion as fans of gaming that drives us to deliver a truly new generation of experiences on PS5. From everyone at PlayStation, we appreciate your continued support, and we look forward to you getting your hands on PS5 very soon. To close, let me leave you with one more quick look.
One more thing? Is it God of War? Horizon? What is it? What is it? What is it? Is it God of War?
The time draws near.
Yes! Yes! What's the title? Give me the title.
You must prepare yourself.
Ragnarok! Yes! Oh, wait. Wait, Is that the title or not? It just says Ragnarok is coming. 2021! Really? Wow, I thought this was going to be a 2022 title. 2021, that's not... that within the year. Okay, they fucking killed it. This was a pretty good event. There's some stuff that we didn't see, fine, whatever. No, they had some surprises, some good gameplay showcases. Miles Morales looks great. I don't know, sorry, the music's gonna get me copyrighted, so, and this is just a montage anyway. Yeah, no, this was great. This is how you do an event. I feel like it is going to be called God of War Ragnarok. I mean, the way they highlighted the word, it feels like they're basically saying the next God of War is called God of War Ragnarok. It doesn't matter. Whatever the name is, it's in development. Oh, man. But no Knack 3, though. 0 out of 10. Never buying PlayStation 5. Joking aside, though. Alright. Turn up. No, I'm going to keep the volume down. Yeah, it's just a montage, and nothing from the audio will really give you any new insight. What do you guys think of the price point and the release date? Play has no limits.
PlayStation.
Okay. That's it, I'm assuming. That's where it ends. Let's go back real quick. There it is. So, for $500, $400. I honestly was expecting a price difference of $50, not $100, because it's the only difference between the two is just the disk drive. But then again, I guess they really want to keep the prices competitive, and I think PlayStation really wants to encourage people to purchase the digital edition because digital sales is just less of a hassle for game companies in general. But for people who are getting the digital edition, this is great news. $400 is like that's not bad at all. Yeah, and $500 is about what I expected for the disc version. So I got half of my prediction right. I thought it was going to be $500, $450, but it's actually $500, $400. Honestly, that's fine. Yeah. This is good. This is about what we expected, and for digital, maybe even a little less than what I personally expected. So, yeah, I'm getting this version right here because I like me a disc drive, but I know plenty of people just straight up are like, I don't buy physical games anymore, might as well just get the digital edition. $100 less. Hell yeah. Let's see. So what they showed off, yeah, Spider-Man looks really good. Like it looks so good. Right here we have the Harry Potter game is cool that there is a AAA open world Harry Potter game in development, but because we haven't really seen gameplay for it, I'm not gonna like get hyped for it until like I actually know what we're dealing with here. Oh yeah, Final Fantasy XVI reveal, of course. Let's not skip that. That kind of came out of the blue. I was definitely not expecting that one for this event. Looks pretty interesting. It's got very sort of action-heavy combat, a la Final Fantasy 15, but extrapolated upon. The setting is much, I don't know, it's very fantasy themed, you know? It's... yeah, it feels like a bit more sort of old school in terms of the setting, where it's, you know, there's like knights in armor and stuff, but also...
knife on a fire? But that's impossible.
Yeah, like they're with the British accent and everything. What else? I'm just like going through this. What was this again?
I'm gone from this war.
Oh, this is the Harry Potter game, right? Call of Duty Cold War. The campaign could be good. So I'll look forward to that. Resident Evil 8 was shown. Village. I'm excited for this. Deathloop looks really fun, especially like as someone who loves Dishonored. Like this is right up my. Devil May Cry Special Edition with Virgil gameplay. Baby, that's what I need. Oddworld looks great. Demon Souls looks fantastic. Like just really, this actually looks like a remake, you know. Fortnite, whatever. And then the PlayStation 4, PlayStation Plus collection was a nice surprise, honestly. The fact that you gain access to all of these games at launch. So, like right from the get-go, if you get the subscription, you have a ton of stuff to play, especially for those who maybe skipped out on the PlayStation 4 generation. Like the biggest games of PlayStation 4 from the outset available for you to just download and play if you subscribe to PlayStation. Like, great, that's fantastic. It feels like the inception of PlayStation's maybe version of a Game Pass style thing. And then here it is, the release date and price. So that's the whole event. I'm satisfied. I'm happy I'm happy with the information that we got. I'm happy with all of the gameplay footage that I saw. The God of War 2 tease, like that's if you watch my previous video, I said, wouldn't it be great if they close with just like even a logo teaser for God of War 2? They don't have to show anything, just like a logo reveal even. That would be a great way to close things off, and that's exactly what happened, and I'm so happy right now. Yeah, I'm happy, guys. I'm super happy. PlayStation killed it with this event. This is how you do it. This is it, Chief. I don't know what else to say. I don't have many complaints. I'm hyped. I'm excited. Though I don't exactly know what the launch titles are. Is Miles Morales not launching with PlayStation 5 then? Because they said holiday 2020, but for games at launch, they said like an at-launch label would show up at the end, right? So I guess it's a launch window type of game. So holiday 2020, so maybe like a month, like in December or something, or maybe it'll launch in November alongside PS5. Hard to say for sure. I'll look into that. For now, though, I mean, what do you guys think? Yeah, honestly, I feel like a lot of people are generally pretty happy. I'm just wondering when we can actually pre-order the thing so I can snatch up a PS5 before it goes away. Because I imagine that early sales for PS5 are going to be substantial. They're going to go quick, these PS5 units. But yeah, I'm happy. I'm a happy camper. So I don't know what else to say. So I think I'm going to close it off here. I don't know what else to do in this post show other than to express my general joy that they had so much good stuff to show and that the prices ended up being pretty competitive and kind of right around where I expected and where it's fine, honestly. $400 for digital, $500 for disc drive. I wish it could have been $450, but it is what it is. No NAC 3 though, so at the end of the day, who cares about PS5? So that's where I'm going to close it off. Obviously, I'm joking. Don't flame me. With that, I will see you guys next time. Yong out!